Hey guys, we are here. We have a special treat for the Run It Back listeners. On a stage we normally reserve for the Australian fighters, boys, we've gone international. Our guest on the podcast today is Liverpool's own Paddy The Baddy Pimblett. Paddy, thanks for joining us on the podcast. How you doing?
You're more than welcome, fellas. What's been going down?
Mate, plenty has been going down in Land Down Under. Absolutely stoked to have you here, mate. As the Statman said, we're an Aussie-based podcast. So right off the top, you wear the term Scouser like an absolute badge of honour. Now, for most of our listeners, they would never have heard that. So what exactly is a Scouser, mate?
Someone from Liverpool, lad. The great city of Liverpool. You know what I mean? We don't... we have a saying, lad, we're not English, we're Scouse.
So your own culture, your full culture.
Yeah, that's our saying, lad.
Mate, is there any criteria around it? Can it be any old mug who just moves to the great city? Like, for example, can the Statman just move to the city of Liverpool and become a Scouser? Or is it reserved for the born and bred of the working class in England?
Yeah, but it's reserved for born in Liverpool, lad. You can become an adopted Scouser. There's a few people who become an adopted Scouser, but not an actual Scouser, lad. Gotta be born here. Gotta have a voice like me.
Absolutely love it. Now, obviously, being from Liverpool, a big Liverpool FC fan, and to be honest, Paddy, we were a little worried that this all might fall through after the result on the weekend. What's going on with the boys?
We're just shite at the minute, aren't we, lad? We are, it's heavy. Teams go through blips, lad, and we're going through ours at the minute.
Yeah,
Been the best team in the world for like 2 years, and then teams ravaged by injuries, so we just can't keep up with everyone else at the minute. It's one of them things. We still win the fucking Champions League, though.
I actually saw the tweets, and I see the passion the last couple of days, mate. Obviously, as a kid growing up, I imagine like guys like Steven Gerrard were big idols of yours. Did you play any footy? And if so, how were Paddy the Baddy's skills with the round ball?
Yeah, I played footy like everyone did. Like I say, everyone asked me, what did you want to be when you grow up when I was a kid? And everyone wanted to be a footballer, lad. Steven Gerrard's from not far from where I'm from. He's from the same area in Knighton. So everyone wanted to be Steven Gerrard or Jamie Carragher, lad. Everyone wanted to be a footy player.
Yep. Now, from the real world to the virtual world, I've heard that you're a bit of a gamer. How are the FIFA skills?
Lad, I haven't even bought FIFA 21.
Look out.
I liked FIFA 19, and then when FIFA 20 come out, I hated it. Thought it was shite. So I didn't even buy FIFA 21, lad. Been playing Call of Duty in the UFC game. Yeah.
It's actually ironic because the man on the screen here, Paddy, he really rates himself at Warzone. So I'd love nothing more at some point down the line for you to take out the Statman. That would make my year 2021 come true.
I'm shite on it. I just like playing it. I have a laugh on it. You know what I mean? I just like playing it.
Yeah.
I'm shit on it though.
I don't think anyone's really good at it. I think everyone who beats me is just like, oh, you just had a lucky go. It's fine. It's all good.
No. Some people are genuinely good at it, lad. There's a lad who went to my school who's a year younger than me. You might be on his Xbox name, Jukies.
Nothing.
He's just been sponsored by Red Bull, lad.
Fuck off.
I do watch some of them.
On
I watch some of them on Twitch, and I'm just like, oh shit, that's how you're actually meant to play the game. Oh my god.
I don't understand how people like play that Fortnite. Like people throw theme parks up in 3 seconds in front of you.
The building, just like staircases out of nowhere.
Madness, you know what I mean? People putting full theme parks up in 3.4 seconds in front of you, so you can't shoot them.
I get stuck into management sims. I've played Football Manager, I think 2012, 2013. I've been stuck into, it's a world of mixed martial arts 5. It's basically you're a promoter and you've got to hire fighters and book fights and stuff like that. It's very similar to Football Manager. You got to build.
Is that on a phone or is that
It's on PC. It's on PC.
It's all about.
Yeah, never heard of that. Might have to give that a go.
Yeah, so it's been running for a few years. This is the 5th edition of it, and they used to run a pro wrestling version of it. But yeah, it's basically your Joe Silver. You're booking fights and yeah. So it's got like you can download a mod that has like every real fighter in the world. You'd be on there, man.
You're in it, Paddy.
You could hire
around
yourself to the UFC and
cancel training this morning and get on it.
tear your way up.
That sounds.
I'll send you a link, man.
Get that link over, lad. I'm gonna have to have a go with that.
Absolutely. Obviously, Cage Warriors coming up. You got into the fighting game around about 15. What got you into the fight game? What started your passion with MMA?
Well, one of the lads from Bayard, Kyle Wilson, mentioned it to me one day. Just said, I've been watching this UFC. And he showed me Clay Guida versus Diego Sanchez. And it's just a fucking barn burner.
The uppercuts.
Yeah, uppercuts, lad. They're just having a scrap. So I loved it from that second on. You know what I mean? I loved MMA. But I didn't watch it live until UFC 103. Franklin versus Belfort. Yeah. Belfort knocked him out. So I went for a run at 6 a.m. when it finished. And I was 15, just turned. So I went to gym a week or two later. Never looked back. Went to gym 20th of January 2010 and been next gen ever since.
What was your first training session like?
It was sound. First went in and done a kids class, and then I stayed and done the adult classes. It was funny though, to be fair, because there was a woman in there, a young woman from Brazil, who was over for uni. And it was my first ever striking session, you know what I mean? And she battered me.
Yeah.
Hitting me with spinning back kicks as hard as she could, you know what I mean? Proper whacking me. Never forget it, at one point there was 3 coaches stood behind the desk, and she's proper spinning back fisted me right in the face in front of them, and they all went, ooh.
It's a blow to the confidence of a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, don't worry though, a few weeks later when I knew what I was doing, I fucking punched her head in. I did. I fucking put her on a lot. She stopped. She refused to go with me, and a few months later, I was like, "Well, what do you expect? Try and beat me up?" I fucking put her on you.
15-year-old kid who's probably thrown 3 punches in his life, kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you up to here?
Mate, it's hilarious. Now, want to have a touch on, there's an old saying, nothing matches the hype of a Paddy Pimblett fight. Now, you have a look at your walkouts, lad. See Cage Warriors 96, Cage Warriors 90, and even the aftermath. So once you hit that flying triangle into an armbar, you jump the cage and all your boys are in the front row, mate. What does it, talk us through that feeling, because so very few humans get to experience that, walking out to a packed arena and everyone's there to see you throw down. Talk us through that, man.
It's unbelievable. People don't realise how good it is and how good it feels. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's special. It really is. I love walking out at the Echo Arena. Give me the Echo Arena. The Echo Arena, or one day when I do fill Anfield out and we're fighting in Anfield. But give me them all day over Vegas or New York, any of them.
100%. I was looking up today some of the great UFC entrances. It was actually funny. I watched the Cage Warriors 96 entrance, and absolute cracker. And then it led on to Colby Covington against Kamaru Usman, Conor McGregor at 189 against Chad Mendes. It's just
the Colby one where he comes out to fucking Kurt Angle's song.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a proper bad beaut, him.
Mate, fast forward to, the other side. So March 2020, no crowd. How was that experience, especially for a young lad like yourself who really seems to feed off the energy of your boys in the crowd? What's that like?
It was weird, you know what I mean? I've explained it to a few people that it was like a spa more than anything.
Yeah.
Wasn't really like a fight, because you didn't have the adrenaline pumping, you didn't have... Well, you'd had a bit of adrenaline pumping, but it was just like going to another gym to spar, you know what I mean? Because I could hear every word what his corner said. He could have every word what my corner said. You know what I mean? So it just wasn't like a normal fight, but it didn't matter anyway, did it? He got beat down.
Exactly. So the result went your way, which is the main thing.
Yeah, that is the main thing. It's always that matters.
I remember seeing Stipe versus DC3, one of the biggest heavyweight title fights of all time, and it took place in the Apex facility in Vegas,
tiny cage
with no crowd, and I was like, oh shit, it loses it. As an audience, member, as someone who was just watching it live, it felt like the significance of it had diminished. I can't even imagine what it'd be like for the fighters who are used to surrounding themselves with that pumped up energy.
It is. It's not normal. It's crazy, but I've fought in the BT studio in the past where only had like 100 people there, so at least I've half related to that in the past. Like when I fought in that BT studio, there was only 100 people there. Saying that though, about 50 of them were there for me, so I still had support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, their home crowd advantage for sure. Obviously, you love to keep busy as well. The 11 months between 2016 2017, fought 5 times. And then we've hit this dry patch, had fights fall through, 1 fight since September 2018. Do you get anxiety when the phone goes off that shit, the opponent's pulled out?
Not so much anxiety, like, but when my phone rang last time, when Desmay pulled out for the second time, I knew what it was. I rang my coach. My coach rang me, and I answered it at it was like 8, 9 in the morning, and I answered it, and it was just like, I know what you're ringing me for before you've even said it. And I was right. He was ringing me to say Desmay had pulled out. He couldn't do the fight. But it's one of them things with MMA. People pull out and that. But I've never had problems like this before in the past. I've never had so many pullouts and so many fights fall through. Like Desmay pulled out on me twice. Then the replacement I got for him the second time, Giannetti. He
missed weight by what was it like
9 pounds?
9 pounds?
Yeah, he missed weight by 9 pounds, lad, and started to blame the scales.
And Paddy talking a bit of shit to you as well. Talking a bit of shit to you.
Scoffing the food down.
He's talking a bit of shit as well, isn't he? He didn't tag you. I noticed that recently in the last few days. He didn't tag you, but he's talking a bit of shit on Twitter.
Shows what a mushroom he is, doesn't it, lad? But then obviously I was meant to fight David Martinez 20th of March last year.
COVID.
Obviously coronavirus happened and he couldn't leave Italy, so that fight fell through. So then he ended up getting Decky Dalton on 9 days' notice.
Good opponent for such short notice as well.
Yeah, he was. You know what I mean? He's fought some good guys and that. He's got a decent little record. I still have some of his fans commenting on me stuff saying, give Decky a full camp. And I'm like, lad, he just fought 2 weeks before. Yeah. He had a full camp.
Are you still interested in that Donovan fight?
Yeah and no, you know what I mean? Because, like I say, I'm planning on winning this fight and going to the UFC. So, if Donovan gets signed, then yeah, I'd love to. But I think me based Donovan's the Tony Ferguson, Khabib of Cage Warriors.
Yep. Now, obviously, you touched on it just there, Paddy. It must get annoying with it, everyone asking when are you going to the UFC? Because let's face it, it's not the be all and end all, but it is the most renowned promotion around the world. So the first call came at the age of 21. You were just on the verge of a Cage Warriors title shot. The second one came just before, and I think was it the UFC Liverpool Till and Woodley. But you had an injured hand, and obviously that was a bit of an ongoing issue. Is now the time, and I think you've just answered it, that get past this fight in March, now feels like the right time that we might see Paddy the Baddy in the UFC?
Yeah, everything's fell into place, lad. You know what I mean? Everything's fell into place at the right time. I feel fit and healthy. You know what I mean? I had to have another hand surgery last year on my other hand. You know what I mean? I've had 3 hand surgeries in 3 years. So just recovering and getting them better. But now I feel the best I've ever felt. You know what I mean? My weight's on point for this fight and everything. 3rd time's a charm, lad. Then they offer me again next time I'm going, and I'm going to fucking light the world up.
100%. Now, the likes of Bellator and One, like if they ever put offers forward, it just seems like absolutely befuddled me that there's all this talk about the UFC. Is there any interest in going to another major promotion that's not the UFC, or is it the UFC or Cage Warriors?
No.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in going to Bellator. I'd love to fight in One because I'd love to soft kick someone in the head. You know what I mean? I would. I'd love to fight in One because I want to fight them rules. You know what I mean? I do want to kick someone in the head before I've retired. But
just once.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't go to Bellator just because, as you know, most fighters who go to Bellator never get signed by the UFC. I've been people who, like management people, have spoke to my coach and asked them, do I want to sign for Bellator and stuff like that, but we always just say no. You know what I mean? I don't even recall the offers off them. It's just about the UFC.
Yep. And just going off script a little here, Paddy, is the hold-ups like thus far, they've been on your terms, so you haven't felt like the time's ready?
Yeah, everything so far has been on my terms. You know what I mean? I won't do stuff on other people's terms. Everything's on my terms. Like when I just won the belt at 21, they offered me, but Cage Warriors gave me a bumper new deal, a brilliant deal. Couldn't turn it down.
Yep.
And then again, they offered me after I beat Alexis Savidas with the Flying Triangle, and I was about to fight in the Echo Arena again for the world title a few months later on the same deal as Cage Warriors had given me. So. It was no brainer really, but now it's finally time. Like you said, I'm sick of people saying to me, "Why aren't you in the UFC? When are you in the UFC?" People who haven't got a clue about the sport just think that UFC is the only thing in the world.
Yep. Leads me into another question again, talking about going off script. People who don't have a clue, how, as a fighter, as someone who lives and breathes this business, how do you deal on the daily on Twitter when you see like people who are living in their mum's basement, like giving you advice on what to do next and what you should have done in, fights that may not have gone so well?
It's hilarious, isn't it? Yeah, they're hilarious, lad. They crack me up. I don't understand where they think that they get the expertise black belt from.
Yep.
And they've probably never stepped foot in a gym in their life, never mind fucking had a fight or done a hard training camp.
Yeah. I remember seeing the YouTube segment that you and Molly did about reading out the mean tweets. Proper fucking crack up. I absolutely loved it.
Everyone loves that one. Everyone always mentions that.
And you're a month out now from the fight, currently in camp. How's it been different this go around with lockdowns and COVID and everything? Has it been different?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? I can't, like the gym doesn't open overnight. You know what I mean? The gym doesn't open overnight like it normally does for the classes to be on and everyone to train with each other. It's just the professionals can go in the morning because we're elite athletes. You know what I mean? So it's not as good preparation, but we're still getting prepared. You know what I mean? We haven't got as many bodies to prepare with and different styles, but David Martinez can't bother me anyway, lad, no matter where the fight goes, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I was going to say, he's probably been in similar situations anyway in Italy. Touching on that a little bit, obviously, he's only ever fought in Italy. He's only ever fought like regional competition in Italy. Do you have any thoughts on what he brings to the table? Is there anything in particular that you're not concerned about, but anything that you're looking for?
I don't give a fuck.
Focus on the Paddy Pimblett game?
I let me coach worry about that, lad. My coach is worried about his wrestling, lad. But I'm just going to dance around him and beat him up.
And you've only fought once as kind of at a home field disadvantage in Ireland. What's it like to go into hostile territory? Because he's coming over to fight in hostile territory. What's it like?
That's the thing, though, it's not, is it? Because there's no one there.
No crowd.
That's the thing. There's no crowd, lad, so it's not even hostile territory. It's perfect for him. If it was a normal night, then it would be hostile territory, and he wouldn't know his head would fall off. But it might help him. Know what I mean? It probably will help him that there's no fans there, so he won't get nervous. But as you say, this is the biggest stage he's ever fought on, and it's the last time he'll ever fight on a stage like this.
And how do you see the fight going?
Getting knocked out in the first round.
Beautiful.
Done in one. That's what we love on the Run It Back podcast. Now, Paddy, mate, that's all we've got at this point. Thanks so much for coming on, mate. We wish you absolutely all the best for camp, the weight cut, and the fight. Not only will all the Scousers be behind you in the cage, but you've got 4 lads from the Run It Back podcast in the Lounge Down Under. They'll be riding your hits right there with you, mate. So all the very best.
I just best stay up and watch it,
Hey?
It's on Fight Pass. We'll be watching it, mate. We'll be watching it.
Fucking better. We will be.
We'll be live tweeting you, mate. While you're in the background, we'll be messaging you.
I guarantee the Statman will be the first tweet you see after you get the knockout win saying he called it on our podcast. So, mate, can't wait to catch up with you somewhere down the line. And, all the best with the rest of the career. And we can't wait to see you in the UFC by the sounds of it.
I can't wait to be there, lad. I hope they have a show in Australia, lad, over the next few months, and I can get on it. That'd be fucking brilliant, lad.
Wouldn't it just?
Because obviously you've got full crowds, haven't you?
Yeah, our sporting events. Yeah,
I was watching the US Open. I mean, the Australian Open the other day, lad. Full crowd was just like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
You've ever been down this way?
No. I've got 2 uncles who live in Australia as well. One lives in Brisbane. I think the other one lives in Perth. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
One of my uncles used to be a football player. I'd play for Melbourne Victory and that.
Oh, there you go, Stoney.
Look out. Well, mate, if you're ever out this way, give us a shout out, mate. We'd love to catch up in the land down under. Thanks so much for your time and all the best for the big fight coming up.
You're more than welcome, boys. I'll get on any time. You know that.
Paddy, thank you very much, mate.
Lad, like I said, you're more than welcome. If you want me on in the future, lad, just let me know. Next time I'll get up a bit earlier so I can brush my hair and my teeth.
Mate, it's looking good. Hey, just quickly, I saw a pretty cool lookalike on over the weekend. You and Owen, the late and great Owen Hart, and I saw you retweeted it, so you must have enjoyed that one.
Yeah, lad, I've put pictures up. I put a picture up last year. Have you seen the picture of Owen Hart and Mike Tyson?
Yep.
I put that picture on my Instagram last year saying when I met Mike Tyson a few years ago. I've had a few though, lad. I've had Owen Hart, Owen Wilson.
Yep.
Gail Platt. She's off a soap in it, like she's off like our version of Home and Away. Jay off the In-Betweeners.
Yeah, Jay off the In-Betweeners.
That was the Statman.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain angle that hits you. I'm like, fuck me, football friend, man. It's like
I've even had He-Man. No,
He-Man.
Stuff like that. I swear.
Grey Skull and yeah.
Paddy,
yeah, I've had all. Someone sent me one off an anime program yesterday saying you look like my favourite character off this.
Take it, man.
Mate, I don't know if you ever played Street Fighter 2, but my pick was Ken off Street Fighter 2. I think
Ken,
put yourself
Ken,
in a red gi, and that is you. Yeah.
Mate, you've got like Halloween. You've got Halloween for the next 7 years sorted, man. Honestly. Just sweet.
I am like, I normally just turn up to Halloween parties as myself and go, I'm Paddy the Baddy.
I'm Paddy, yeah.
Oh, shit. Get out of here, man. Thanks so much for joining us. We can't wait to catch up somewhere down the line.
More than welcome, boys.
Catch you, Paddy.